first time in the line. Didn't think we were going to start getting ECW Originals, but finally we got the Sandman and Elite series 111. And it looks like they put a lot into him, so we'll open it up and talk about how accurate it really is. On the back, some stats there, and a picture with a little blurb here. Sandman entered night after night through the ECW faithful before sending his opponents to Never Never Land with extreme violence. So this is an all ECW release, so it's going to fit my kind of time period there, the Monday Night Wars, which didn't exactly feature ECW in the equation, but they were there during that time. A lot of wrestlers kind of jumped out of there into the other shows. And a lot of ideas taken from ECW as well. So straight out of the box, he's covered in his barbed wire wrap here around the body. So there's a sweet accessory right off the bat here. Just kind of wrapped around and tucked in, up and around the neck. Of course, we've got the Singapore cane, the kendo stick that he always used. Pretty decent one. I mean, not a lot of detail, just white and the kind of tan color of the bamboo, but it's got like that texture of all the sticks taped together. Solid one, not flimsy or anything. I'll direct your attention to the pants, which is like loaded with a design from some crazy pants he had in ECW. Skulls and cards and top hats. I mean, it's all the way around, printed around his legs. So that's a pretty hefty decal and detail for him. The shoes even kind of have the design, to an extent, what he was kind of wearing at the time. Not full color, but pretty close there. I'm seeing no tattoos, though. I'm not sure if this is kind of a time before he really got his tattoos, or if they're kind of missing them. I think maybe he didn't have all his tats right away, but has the extra elbows there, but I guess I kind of skipped over the face, which is in a little bit of a weird expression there, but it does have a pretty decent likeness. Not much detail coloring in the hair, but it's kind of the right color. Probably one that could have benefited from two heads to switch between, because now he's just kind of stuck in his scowl look here. But decent for a younger Sandman appearance, I think. Well, the main thing is this shirt here. He definitely had like white shirts, but this one's just like an ECW shirt. And I think usually he would kind of wear either like a beer shirt or something, or he had Sandman specific shirts. So I don't understand how they would have the ability to do the figure, but they didn't just ask him if he could use his Sandman design, you know, like him holding his kendo stick and stuff on the shirt, and they don't have that. So this certainly spells out the message that it's an ECW guy and ECW figure with the ECW shirt, but more accurately, Sandman probably wrestled with his own shirt on, with his own specific Sandman design on it. So if you're an extreme stickler to true in-ring appearances, there's the chase version of this figure in kind of the American flag pants, and then he just has kind of a red tank top underneath. Might be your better bet for just strict ring accuracy. I kind of like the look of this one with the white. He does have just a tank top underneath this. I think typically he's wrestling in these t-shirts, so it's going to depend on what you like. Get this barbed wire off here. It's cutting me like crazy. Can't believe they gave real barbed wire. Okay, it's not real, it's just plastic. Big long string of it to really like wrap around stuff. And him. Haven't even got to his other accessory here. We got some really nice looking soda cans. Ho-ho, soda from 7-Eleven. No label on them, so you can kind of use your imagination of what beverage is contained in this can. I mean, we get 4 of them with him, so I feel like he only really ever came out with one can to kind of chug and bash over his head. And so the hands it comes with here are just kind of the accessory holding hands that'd be for holding that kendo stick and such. But then the alternate hands are a little bit wider open for those cans. You can have one hand holding the stick, one hand holding the beverage can. And again, we get 4, so he really only needs 1, maybe 2. We have extra cans. I never had seen a Stone Cold Steve Austin figure come with any of these can accessories, so that might be a nice little bonus. They just gave some extras, so you could use it for other people that, you know, maybe borrowed the beer chugging gimmick that Sandman kicked off. And now that I think of it, an alternate head would have been great, because he would have had like kind of the bleeding forehead because he'd bash himself with the can. That would look pretty cool, but I guess maybe you can't have like the blood like that in WB figures at this moment. Maybe later they'll ease up on their PG stuff, especially when you're making older figures of times when that wasn't a thing. But we got the easy Velcro shirt there. if he didn't like this, since he didn't really wear this ECW shirt, I don't think, that much, giving that to somebody else and he just has his tank top, wife beater on there. Probably right-handed with the kendo stick, left-handed with the beer can. It's going to look pretty great. Good addition, like a very exclusive ECW wrestler that did eventually go over to like WCW at some point in the later 90s as Hardcore Hack, but probably had different attire, so this is probably more specific to ECW. I do kind of have a smaller ECW group collection amongst my Attitude Era, WWF, and WCW figures. So I've been wanting stuff like this for a long time. Hope they do more ECW guys. Very happy to get Sandman here. He's got all that he would really need and more. I didn't know they were going to do the barbed wire stuff for him as a cloth shirt, which doesn't have a Sandman design. Would have been much more perfect for him there and highly accurate at that point. But got the barbed wire, the stick, and then these beer cans. They're just kind of generic, so you can kind of use them for anything. I'd kind of maybe put some with some Stone Cold figures. See if the hand matches. Swap out, maybe. So I always like when a figure comes with like other stuff that might be useful for other things in your collection, not strictly for themselves even. It's like a little bonus you're getting. So if you like to see action figures of this time period in wrestling, that's what I mostly specialize in here. That hot 90s wrestling time period, the big boom. You might want to see playlists where I kind of go over my overall collection at the time of doing the video, and then I just do a video on every figure I get after that, showing the collection growing. So hopefully that way I'll get to see you in the next video.